lately. One more thing about the records that you set, a lot of quarterbacks, some of the greats, Brett Favre, Tom Brady, and so forth. When you have a record go down like that, obviously you're happy those guys ain't earned it. How's that feel to have all-time records come and go as far as your time at the top?
It's terrible. I'd be lying to you if I said I don't want them to break it. I mean, who wants the record? The record's broken. But look, I respect those guys. Immensely, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, guys that I've known since they came in the league. While I was already a veteran in the league, and the game has changed somewhat. So it makes it, I'm not taking anything away from what they've accomplished, but it made it a lot easier to throw football the last 5-6 years with the way the rules are, and the amount of attempts. The attempts that a quarterback is making in a season. I mean, it's a lot more than we were throwing, especially that year, in '84. But they're great players. Drew Brees. I mean, you just look at the 5,000 yards, for example. Last year was 4 or 5 guys that threw for over 5,000 yards. So it's really, it's not taken away from it. It's really a product of the way the game is right now, the way it's a passing league, and they're throwing it almost every down.
All right, so let's open it up for questions. Just hands in the air, and we'll spot you as best we can looking into the spotlight. It's all planned. Make room. Go ahead, Richard. Go ahead.
What's up, Mike? Okay.
Say no.
Hey, you were in one of my classes. Do you recognize me? Well, I think as far as the quarterbacks today, the difference, the question is it any different? Is that basically it? Yeah. It's not, but in certain ways, they're more involved in the game plan because they're doing so much in the line of scrimmage. You see Peyton Manning in the line of scrimmage, Tom Brady, right at the line of scrimmage, calling plays. And that helps because, the defensive substitution, and that's really why they do it, because they can get the defense in place, they can put their team in the right play. So that's probably the biggest thing. The other thing is they're throwing it a lot more now than they did then, and then we did, when I first came in the league. A lot more shotgun. When I first came in the league, the first down you run into the center, there was 2 backs and a tight end. And second down is probably the same thing, maybe 2 tight ends sometimes. Now it's wide open. It's 4 wide receivers, shotgun, no huddle, line scrimmage. So they have to handle that part of it, and it really, because of that, it puts them in actually in a better position to be successful. I think anyway.